Hello everyone, welcome to a brand new video. I'm so happy you're here and decided to stop in. Today we are going to be having some fun and making some art with Woomer's 72 colored pencil set. So something that I didn't know when I opened this was that the swatch card is actually on the inside of the cover for the pencil case. So I thought there wasn't a swatch card, but then I looked at the little sleeve that was around the case. All I needed to do was just tear the seam and reverse it, and there I had my swatch card. So each pencil is closed at the end of the pencil, which gives it a lot more protection, as well as each pencil has a light fastness rating that Woomer has put on, which that number is also on the color chart and on the swatch card in the left corner on the bottom. It tells you what that means. So 5 is extremely light fast, 4 is good light fastness, and so on and so forth. And light fastness just simply means how pigmented it will be if it stays out in the sun or is exposed to light for long periods of time. So if it's low, it will fade faster than, say, a color with a higher rating. Now onto the artwork. Today we are going to be creating a sunflower, and I chose to do this on toned paper. I was really happy that I did that because this toned paper is smooth. It's mixed media, so it was made for colored pencil. If you are wondering why your pencils aren't going on smoothly onto your paper, it may be because you're using the wrong type of paper. So let's say in my watercolor book, I used it on there. It probably wouldn't go on as well because the paper is cold pressed. So I would recommend maybe getting some tone paper. Whatever you have, go and create on what you have, and it'll turn out great, as well as you will have so much fun creating it. So for this sunflower, first I sketched it, then I went in with cream yellow. I just traced it and started shading on each flower petal. Our blooming sunflowers was the main inspiration for this sunflower. I am actually working off of a picture that we took of one of our sunflowers a couple years ago. Comment down below what your favorite flower is and if you've painted it before or drawn it. If you haven't, I would highly recommend doing that. It's really fun. Next, I'm taking light yellow ochre, and I'm filling in where there isn't cream. If there are some spots that are still showing through, I will deal with those later. And I'm going upwards from the base of the petal to the top in strokes. Then I'm taking sunburst yellow and I am blending more kind of in the middle of the petal between the two colors. With this sunflower, with this variety, there is a dark brown part to it that is from the base of the petal going upwards, and there are streaks going up. So I just mimicked that with my pencil strokes to make it look like it was streaky. At this point, I'm going in with more detail and using cinnamon brown to do it. Also, what I found with these pencils were that they could sharpen it down to a pretty good point. They wouldn't break on me. Like, I didn't have any really breakage that was major. I was really happy about that. It made creating the sunflower more enjoyable. But I didn't have to like sharpen it 10,000 times because the pencil lead broke. And I've had that before with other pencils. And it could be user error, like I've dropped them over the years and then they just would break. But these, I didn't have one that like chipped off totally and I had to re-sharpen it. There was one that was threatening to break, but it didn't. And of course, you're going to have some breakage, but I was really surprised that I didn't have a lot of breakage with these. Next, I am taking madder red, purple, and just adding some crisper, darker details to the petals. For the middle, I did a cool gray for the center part and then did Van Dyke brown for the other part. And then I'm just continuing that detail with that madder red purple, just making the lines and the details on the petals more crisper and defined. Then I go in with some more yellow just to fill in the spots where the tone paper is kind of showing through. And then I got cream yellow and then I did dots just to add variety and to try and make it more detailed in the center. If you look closely at a sunflower, there's kind of these little dots that are representing all the seeds in the sunflower, and then they all kind of meet up in the middle. So I tried to mimic that as best I could, and I think it turned out really well. Adding that base coverage at the start with those two colors helped just fill in the gaps, and then you can put detail over it, but not too much because then it looks just too busy. And then I go on with the leaves, and I started out with olive green to do some detail at first, and I just work between different greens, and I actually bring in some purple into the leaves, which I had fun with. I think experimenting is so fun with color. I would recommend you try and do that. It makes the drawing more interesting to look at, in my opinion, if you bring in different colors. And then I go in with juniper green to do the darker parts of the leaves. And yeah, I just experiment. I do some shading. I don't fill in the leaves completely. I kind of just shade with that olive green again. Later in the video you'll see. And for the veins of the leaf, I did a bunch of different colors. I did some of that purple I was talking about, and then I used chartreuse for the lighter part of the leaves. I thought that it looked kind of cool, just letting the tone paper kind of seep through, and it gives it a bit of a different look. And yeah, other than just a couple different details I added, we're pretty much done. I shade and finished up the leaves, and then to end it off, I use light cadmium yellow to just put a couple highlights into the sunflower petals to make it pop a little bit more. And that is it for this sunflower. I had such a great time. I really enjoyed working with these pencils, and a big thank you to Woomer for gifting me these to try out. I had a great time and I was really happy with how they performed and how pigmented they were and how strong the lead was. That really surprised me at how they didn't break, especially because the tin had a small dent in it, but I believe that happened when the tin was manufactured. So that is it, everyone. If you are interested in these pencils, there is a link in my description, as well as a coupon code that you can use to get a percentage off your order. If you want to support my channel, you can use the link down below to purchase your next order at Woomer. I hope you were inspired to create your own sunflower. And if you do, please tag me on Instagram. I would love to see what you created. I hope you have an amazing day, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye, everyone.